temporary suspension. Not like it at all. Well, Green Peters spelt out the three things that he thinks need to happen for Arsenal to get back in the game. What are your pointers?
Yeah, well, it was an interesting first half. The first 10-15 minutes you saw PSG run away with it almost, and Arsenal slowly bring themselves back into it. Long balls like this, scraps, battles. I think that's what Arsenal need to do. They need to play their game, impose their game onto PSG, make it a fight, and if they do that, they bring themselves back into the game. Relying on set pieces is a real opportunity. They're getting one early in this second half.
Neves' elbow did make contact with Marino's head. I'm not sure there was any malice in it. But the free kick has been awarded to Arsenal in a more promising position than one or two others they've had. I think it's quite in Declan Rice's range. But then I didn't think that free kick that Ronaldo took here all those years ago was in his range either.
So Odegaard takes them in the first half and they were poor. PSG have now put their line a lot lower, a lot more towards their goal. You can see the Arsenal line has been created way beyond. So they wait for the movement.
Declan Rice spooned in there, and Arsenal have equalised. Jakub Kiwior. The Arsenal set-piece magic works again. It couldn't have been simpler. There is Ian Wright celebrating. Mikel Merino was the tallest when Declan Rice's free kick came in. And Marino has equalised.
Well, they knew it was coming. PSG knew it was a weakness, and they knew the run was going to come. The argument is, such is the timing of that Arsenal line. It's so hard to tell from the naked eye as to whether anybody gets in. And it's virtually unchallenged. Eventually, Pacho gets across. But it's just that Arsenal line, whether it gets in line with PSG's defensive line.
Yes, this might not stand. This might be offside. It's being checked now by VAR, and it's borderline. Marino playing in his favoured midfield role tonight. He's actually scored 6 goals since being enlisted as an emergency striker in February, including the sweetly struck third against Real Madrid here 3 weeks ago. He is a tall man, and PSG do have this vulnerability. Rice's delivery was on the money. Marino's leap was strong enough to resist Pacho. His header was well directed, but was he beyond the final defender when Rice kicked the ball?
Well, it's not just him, Clive, as well. It's whether the players stepping in who make the block, you are then deemed to be interfering with play. And if you are making a block and you're offside as well, then you're looking at a number of Arsenal players who are being called into question. Marquinhos remonstrate with the referee straight away to say we're being blocked up by players offside. That's his point he's making to Vincic, the referee. This is the melee that the VAR have to work out.
I was reading various stats in the build-up to the game suggesting that well over 30% of the goals PSG have conceded in the French league have come from set pieces. They've conceded 6 from corners, and they've been totally dominant in that league this season, but it is their Achilles heel. And just in terms of stature, Arsenal are a much taller team.
See the way that Arsenal move in. PSG are lined up. There are sitting ducks there. They're just waiting to be picked off by the presence of the Arsenal players. Now this has taken eternity, so it's not just Marino where they're trying to work out.
It's not going to stand, is it? It remains Arsenal 0, Paris Saint-Germain 1. The goal is disallowed for offside.
Looking at that PSG line. Working out which players were doing what.
I don't know how much soccer you'll watch, but the key to what is a key rule in football is when the ball is kicked. When the ball is kicked, what is your position when the ball is kicked? And if there are not two defenders, including the goalkeeper, between you and the opposing goal. When that happens, you are deemed to be offside. Sorry if you know the offside law, but I'll have a lot of people joining us this afternoon on CBS who may not be familiar with it. It's a let-off, it's no goal.
I don't think that changes Arsenal's game plan at all. I think that just strengthens it. The way that they went about that. A long ball forward, win a free kick, ball into the box. Play to your strengths, as you were saying.
And they just can't wait for their next free kick. PSG have got to think now, don't concede free kicks, don't concede corners. João Neves was shown a yellow card for the offence which led to that free kick.
See now what this is, and this is any set piece now. Talking 70 yards away from the goal, it's going in. Just earmark this now, they know it's a real weakness.
David Raya takes this one. One in the air again by Merino. Rice trying to keep it alive. Trossard had a shot. Comes out for Kivior. That's deflected. Another half-hearted appeals for handball. But it's a different kind of pressure than Paris Saint-Germain face. Probably in the French League, probably in the Champions League. It's almost old-fashioned English football.
I was going to say, it's a throwback 30 years to the Arsenal team of 30 years ago, and you're playing against a special team here, and you've got to come to special measures, and we'll remember how you went about the game. It's the result that matters in this final, in this semi-final, to make it to the final.
He's got a headache. More Champions League experience than his opposite number. His 60th game on the touchline in a competition that he won as the coach of Barcelona 10 years ago. One with Messi and Neymar and Suarez and Xavi and Iniesta and Busquets. All the stellar names that he inherited the year before. This is his team. This is Luis Enrique's creation, this PSG side.
Feel the pace of the game since the restart, since the disallowed goal has really died off, and compared to how we started the game, and that can only suit Arsenal to make it a bit of a slow game, almost robotic in the way that you play. PSG need this fast-flowing, fluent game to suit them.
Hakimi, Doué. Desiree Doué ran into the traffic, but it's won back by João Neves. Doué's there again, stolen from him though by Saliba. Trossard, just beyond Rice. Hakimi. Fabian Ruiz just stroked into the path of Nuno Mendes. It's a battle of wills now, the way that the game is played. This is the way that PSG want to play it. Passing, into passing, movement off the ball, control of the ball and of the game. Arsenal want to mix it up, they want it to become disjointed.
PSG as well realise that the longer they have the ball, really need to attack. In the lead, they've got control of the game away from home. The longer they have the ball, the less chance Arsenal have of getting set pieces.
It's the best way to defend in any team sport, have the ball. Hakimi. Dembele. Threaded through to Fabian Ruiz, on by Doué, but Hakimi can't quite catch up with that. Saliba. Timber. since Ousmane Dembele swept that bouncing shot into the corner of Raya's net. Surge from Rice, a wonderful surge. And here's Trossard, Leandro Trossard! Terrific save. Reached down there and somehow got his hands on the ball and diverted it round. Another wonderful stop by Donnarumma.
It's brilliant from Donnarumma. Not just to get down, but the timing to get down. Little bounce in the finish, just into the turf, and an extension of the arm, the timing of the dive, because it's not as cleanly hit as you're thinking. You're thinking it's going to come through a little bit quicker. Does so well to get down, but leads to another Arsenal corner.
It's a long way down for Gianluigi Donnarumma at 6'5", but he got all the way down. Here comes the corner from Bukayo Saka. So deep to Trossard. It's fallen for Doué. Away by Patiño. Odegaard is back there. The referee's brought it back for a foul. He was trying to play an advantage. I think it's Doué who was fouled inside his own penalty area as he was looking to clear.
Looking moments before the opportunity that led up to Trossard's chance was Declan Rice driving from the number 6 position, and Thomas Partey plays more passes, but him driving forward allows this chance. You can see the chop of the legs again. We talked about it from David Raya in the first half. There's Donnarumma having to sweep his legs away.
The 2 penalty saves at Liverpool, a string of stops in the second half at Aston Villa. He's excelled on his visits to England, again as he did with Italy at the European finals 4 years ago. And here comes Jurrien Timber, driven into Bukayo Saka, stolen away from him by Neves cleanly. Doué, though, has shown too much of that to Merino. Odegaard, overhead.
It's really good. Again, saw in the first half, João Neves putting in a vital tackle. This was just before the strike of Saka, and PSG do leave themselves vulnerable just in front of the back four. Midfield go to press, leaves a space there.
Kivior again fired forward behind PSG for Martinelli to chase this time. Donnarumma keeps his cool. João Neves keeps his feet, just about. Desiré Doué. He's unable to escape Louis Skelly without fouling him anyway.
See, technical area down below. As here, Mikel Arteta, I don't think has been in it for one moment. Living every moment of this game.
Quarter-finalists last year, whether a semi-final exit this year would represent enough progress for the appetite of a club that might have expected a more sustained challenge for the English League title this time, don't know. 6th year at the helm here, a lot has changed for the better. Just the one trophy, an FA Cup win back in 2020. Saka, Timber. PSG having to defend their penalty area far more now. Doué making that his. Arsenal trying to keep the heat on, trying to force an error. It's really good movement from Dembele again, showing when Nuno Mendes really needed to see an out ball. Dembele once more.
Brilliant, isn't it, from PSG? Just to utilise every blade of grass on the pitch to create the space.
Dembele slipped in. It's a keen use there and a wonderful challenge by Saliba. Rice again. Another fabulous challenge by João Neves. Merino. Doué got a foot to it, but it reaches Trossard.
It's on the knife edge, isn't it? Looking tackles at both ends of the pitch, and this end time it's from Saliba, and they have to be perfect. They have to get them right, and they're having to press so hard. They're leaving themselves exposed at both ends.
Well, he or she's just not going to get to sleep there, I'm sorry, because this place is rocking again now. It's feverish and fevered. Trying to encourage Saka to get in behind PSG. Those long balls just trying to get the PSG defenders turned round, facing their own goal, running in a direction they don't want to run. It's a percentage game. The longer you go, the less likely you are to retain the ball. But it's working. Here's Doué, attracting the foul from Merino.
Spot the feet from Doué, and not on his own in this team, has the ability to just ride challenges and bounce through such tight situations that makes them so hard to press. This Arsenal team are now working so hard just to try and get the foothold, win the ball back high up the pitch.
Dembele. Oh, slipped by Timber, and Kvaratskhelia has got in behind Arsenal. Saliba came across, there was contact. No real appeal this time from PSG. Martinelli trying to help it onto Trossard. Kivior. Giving it away this time, and Dembele was almost in onto Marquinhos' through ball, and Arsenal can't afford for it to get too frantic.
No, and it's starting to become PSG's game again. It's starting to get that little freneticism, that end-to-end nature of it, the high pressing. Something to do with slowing it down, hitting some long balls, and as much as I hate to say it, making it boring again.
As much as they want to win their home leg, they are right in this semi-final at the moment at 1 down. 0-2 would look a lot different. Trossard. If there is another goal tonight, it's a huge goal in this semi-final. Rice to Timber. Bukayo Saka. Ødegaard. Slipped into Trossard. Can't turn Merino. Can't escape. Hakimi. Oh, it's very, very tight and intricate, but Fabian Ruiz somehow managed to retain possession. And here's Vitinha. Doué has gone down off the ball. Just out of picture, he's just getting to his feet. He was on the ground for a moment. Dembele, meanwhile, here is Doué, who seems to have recovered.
Technical area. Who's gone? Who's Enrique? Just having a conversation with his assistant, just to think, look at the subs bench, how to change this, how to freshen it up again. It's about that time you're looking at the figures and the bodies and people tiring.
There's plenty of energy on that bench, that's for sure. Kvaratskhelia trying to run Timber. Raya going long again, but again just a little too hurried, in too much of a hurry to get the ball forward. It's got to be more precise than that for Arsenal. from João Neves. They've lent a wonderful soundtrack to the evening from very early in the evening. They were packed in there an hour before kick-off, the travelling fans from Paris. Ødegaard. Here comes Merino. Certainly doesn't mind hard work. That little combination between Saka and Ødegaard has been so important to Arsenal over the course of the last 18 months or so. Both of them have had spells out of the team through injury. Arguably Arsenal's two most creative players. Just starting to strike up their partnership again.
I was going to say that it's been a surprise how little we've mentioned them in the same conversation, really, the two of them, and such has been the nature of Arsenal, of how they've had to play to go longer and bypass the midfield. I think if people tire, maybe they might get that opportunity to link.
Well, listen to this, 15 times this season Ødegaard and Saka have started together, 11 wins for Arsenal, 4 draws, no defeats. Just couldn't quite combine that time. But they worked that little passage just in from the right flank so well.
You've got to give PSG credit because they worked so hard to get back time and time again. You think a little opening's there for Arsenal and all of a sudden the bodies are there, they've got back in, they've found a shape and tightened up.
Dembele has been outstanding tonight. Hakimi. He's been playing as the central forward mainly since December, but I haven't seen him quite as mobile as he is tonight. He has played more of a conventional centre-forward's role for PSG for the most part. And tonight, the way he's dropped into deeper positions, dropped into wider positions, he's led Arsenal a merry dance at times.
It's just signalled to his manager, I think his time is up. Looks around and he's just talking to say he's tightening up in his hamstrings.
And they have Bradley Barcola, and they have Gonzalo Ramos, and they have Lee Kang-in. They're not short of attacking options.
Just seeing at the bottom of the screen, trotting back in, and it's the first time he's really got into a jog in the last 3 or 4 minutes.
He's moving stiffly at the moment, Dembele. The muscles are tightening. He's actually gone down now. The muscles are tightening. PSG will want to get him off. I'm not sure the referee needed to stop the game in order for that to happen, but he has done much to Arsenal's anger. And here comes Bradley Barcola. 18 goals, 16 assists. Not a bad substitute to bring on.
Fantastic player in his own right, but this is his evening done, and what an impact he made from the kick-off at Barcola. Like Dembele is not an out-and-out centre-forward. So again, he's chopping and changing.
It's another debate, but I can't remember when I last saw an out-and-out centre-forward playing. Nobody seems to have one anymore. Well, here comes Dembele off the field, having led the evening that moment, just 4 minutes in. And here is his replacement for the 5th time in the last 7 games from the bench, Bradley Barcola.
He's come down to the right-hand side for PSG, and looks like Doué will go mainly as a centre forward.
Arsenal have got a problem of their own with Jurrien Timber requiring some treatment on the far side of the field, but Barcola is on, having engaged in a fascinating contest for a place in the team with Désiré Doué, who actually replaced him in the last French international too. Ben White is being readied by Arsenal. I think Timber wants to soldier on. I think Arsenal don't want to take any chances with Jurrien Timber.
Had an incident a few weeks ago where he had the same conversation with the physio to say, I'm okay to carry on, and then got injured himself. He was out for a short period.
Well, Doué's gone down the centre for now. Yep. Barcola from the right, Kvaratskhelia is still on the left-hand side. Here is Doué. Held on strongly by William Saliba. Can Arsenal force the issue in this final quarter? It's really on the word force. They're going to try to find the energy and the power to create enough pressure. Martinelli, he's found a cross. He's found the head of Coutinho though. As if it's going to be a matter of persistence as much as anything from Arsenal. There to stretch PSG sufficiently to crack.
It's a case of them bashing the door down, really. What this does do, just the sense of Doué up front. He is a wonderful footballer, doesn't bring the same threat as Dembele in terms of stretching his legs and going.
Ødegaard. On the fringes of the game so far, the Arsenal captain. Rice. Kivior. Martinelli. PSG keeping their shape, keeping Arsenal at arm's length. Ødegaard, that's a telling pass. Timber, good crossing position. Ødegaard, lifted in towards Merino, but Donnarumma in consummate control of that situation.
That's Paul from Ødegaard. To whip it in more, Merino made the run to the far post, but it was just drifted in. Easy pickings for Donnarumma.
Merino. Kivior. PSG's turn to push Arsenal back. There's the solution now, the longer ball. Timber seems to be struggling a little bit. Kvaratskhelia is going for goal here, and Raya was off his line.
It's been a tactic recently against Arsenal. Talked about Crystal Palace here last week, a goal like that. Teams have noticed David Raya playing very high off his line.
Once it's unfortunate, twice would be unforgivable. Trossard under pressure from João Neves. At that time wasn't as clean with his challenge. Kivior swept out to Timber again. Saka. Timber just let the ball escape him. Nuno Mendes got a foot to it. Ødegaard. Lewis Skelly. Rice. Good angle on that pass. Saka took it on the half turn. Timber. Bukayo Saka. Nuno Mendes used his strength well there. He's got across Saka and the ball.
He's tired from Bukayo Saka. Just felt like his legs run out of any sort of energy when he went to push and go past Nuno Mendes.
See Mikel Arteta in the foreground, urging more from everybody inside this stadium with Arsenal's interests at heart. going to see a more conventional central striker now, because Desiree Doué will give way to Gonzalo Ramos, who might be the most natural finisher on the books. He scored 15 goals this season from the fringes, really. Experienced Portuguese international forward, but he's more at home in that central position.
It's interesting, wasn't it, that we said they didn't seem the threat of a centre forward, and when as soon as Doué had moved there, and he certainly is that, as you say, Clive, an out-and-out number 9. Probably doesn't fit the Luis Enrique PSG system as well.
Well, he lost his place through injury. He's missed 3 months of the season with an ankle problem. But it's a difficult attack to get back into once you do lose your place. Saka. Ødegaard. Just fed into Trossard. He's under his feet a little bit, but found a way out to Saka. He's found a way past Bacho and forced a save from Donnarumma. There is a flag up, and it's going to be a free kick to PSG rather than a goal kick. Rather than a corner, I should say, to Arsenal.
Shot again from Donnarumma. Just watching Trossard drifting off to the side, but this is where Arsenal have come unstuck in recent weeks. And this season they've drawn a lot of games, in tight games, where they struggle to find a magic moment within a game to win a goal, to nick a goal, to win a game. And it's just these sorts of moments where it goes flat at the Emirates. They need to find something. They certainly do now.
This might just break for Kvaratskhelia and possibly for Gonzalo Ramos. And here's Bradley Barcola. Played back for João Neves. And he's lifted it over the crossbar. Almost an ambush.
He's barely put the foot wrong, João Neves, and this is a big chance. And you're thinking the chance has gone when Barcola's not quite got his touch right. Maybe just come at him a bit quick, but there's plenty of time to pick your spot. Unfortunately for him, he's leant back far too much.
Trossard just trying to roll Marquinhos. He's done it very well indeed. Mikel Merino. Just a little bit of the impetus lost. Saka.
See where Arsenal's problem is centre forward Trossard's coming out of there. There's barely anyone in the penalty area when Saka gets the ball wide. There's nothing there to cross to.
Martinelli. He's crossed it in towards the head of Saka. Nuno Mendes did enough. Fabian Ruiz has got all kinds of options here if he wants to move this quickly. Kvaratskhelia. PSG for once a little more circumspect.
Yeah, the conservative option, wasn't it? Ruiz, and maybe there's been instruction from the touchline to say just take the sting out of it, see it through to 90 minutes.
Marquinhos. Hakimi. Vitinha. Fabian Ruiz. Lovely balance about this midfield trio. Kvaratskhelia. It's Kvaratskhelia. It's a little wild. But I think what you're saying about Arsenal in the next step, I mean, Real Madrid represented a major scalp in the last round. A scalp taken emphatically, stylishly at times. But Arsenal's victory in this season's Champions League, the other ones were probably expected wins up to a point. Even the league phase win over PSG back in October was nothing like the statement win over the reigning champions in the last round. And it's a question of whether they can take the next step against a team as good as PSG.
Thierry Henry before the game saying he feared this much more than he did against Real Madrid, and you can see why. That yes, you're playing the badge, you're playing the name of Real Madrid, but here you are playing the side of real quality, and you can see how comfortable they've been on the ball tonight and what threat they've posed. I'm not sure we've seen that from Arsenal in the same way.
He did 70 more passes than Arsenal. Complete that one. Ben White is going to come on, having missed the weekend's, or last Wednesday's game, Arsenal's last match through injury. Has been nursing a knee problem for much of the season. Kiwior. Martinelli. So many players in the PSG team who you would say that attack was their strong suit rather than defence, but collectively they defended pretty well.
Worked so well as a team off the ball, but Ben White coming on for Arsenal is symptomatic of the problems that they've got. They're one down in a tie and they're bringing on a defender. PSG have brought on a winger, they've brought on a centre forward. Where their strengths in the squad are, they've got so many options. Arsenal do not have those options.
Yeah, Arsenal's attacking options on the bench are Ethan Nwaneri, who turned 18 just last month, and Raheem Sterling, who has all the experience in the world, but at 30 years of age, might just be entering the autumn of his career. Vitinha showing for the ball despite the pressure and retaining the ball. Barcola, Gonzalo Ramos, Hakimi, Vitinha. There's a handball there. It will be White for Timber, who's obviously been struggling a little bit with mobility. White has been the established right back the last couple of seasons.
It's a like-for-like swap. There's a fantastic understanding with Bukayo Saka, another player along with Ødegaard who have that understanding, but as I said, it's the first sub Arsenal have made and it's a defensive one.
There is Ben White, Gonzalo Ramos. Teams have domestic league games on Saturday ahead of the return leg in Paris next Wednesday. Neither really needs league points, but their opponents of the weekend do. Arsenal take on Bournemouth here, PSG visit Strasbourg, and both Bournemouth and Strasbourg are chasing European qualification. So there'll be an intensity about those matches. Barcola forward to Gonzalo Ramos. Barcola has gone on, brilliant combination. Just like the finish. I think there was not side flag in either was. It wouldn't have counted.
It's really sharp. They've controlled the second half after the opening throws, and
there's the offside.
Yeah, Ramos had just drifted offside, but they really have taken the sting out of the game in the second half, and that would have capped it off. It was
not to be. Now there's an offside flag at the other end. Tomorrow's semi-final between Barcelona and Inter Milan is also live on CBS, and with the same kick-off time, 3 o'clock Eastern. The two Europa League semi-finals on Thursday afternoon. They'll be live on Paramount Plus at 3. Athletic Bilbao versus Manchester United in northern Spain, and just across North London from here, Tottenham Hotspur against Bodo Glimt from beyond the Arctic Circle in Norway. 3 o'clock Eastern on Thursday. They're on Paramount Plus. All the return legs Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week. Marquinhos, fired forward towards Gonzalo Ramos. There's no flag here. It's Gonzalo Ramos, and he's hit the crossbar. And a goal kick has been given. So presumably he was onside.
It looked like he was offside. Stinks was. His assistant to say he was offside. He's tight. Again, another opportunity for PSG. Take his touch. You've seen he's on his own. It's a toe pump. He felt he was offside as well.
It's a strange finish, isn't it? That's how I used to hit the ball when I was about 4. The toe. 5 more minutes. 95 more minutes. Next Wednesday to come. Ødegaard. Put out by Kvaratskhelia. Really doesn't mind getting back there and getting his hands dirty on behalf of the defence. Kvaratskhelia. What a ball that is, and Hakimi racing forward, barges into the back of Lewis Skelly. One way to run to give away an obvious free kick.
It's even further to run back. I think that's why he gave it. He committed it.
Rice. That's a good pass. Saka. Thomas Partey will be available for Arsenal next week in Paris. It's just a one-match suspension. Martinelli steps away from Hakimi and his body checked, and this is a free kick to Arsenal.
I have to say, this will be Arsenal's best chance to get something from the remainder of the game. Been booked, there's no real chance of getting a second yellow.
Well, there's a positive anticipation among the majority of the fans in here because they know what Arsenal can do from these situations. The numbers have just dropped off a little of late.
It's been a flat second half, hasn't it, for Arsenal? One or two opportunities in there. This would be a real bonus to go back to Paris with parity.
Declan Rice's delivery has generally been excellent this season, and a big part of the setup for Arsenal's set-piece supremacy.
Really talking to the Arsenal players beyond the far post, and might be looking to come across and block again.
Huge moment in the tie. Rice with the free kick, fired in, almost came for Martinelli. Well, it was a different kind of free kick than we expected. I suppose Declan Rice, after the wonder goals he scored against Real Madrid here, was entitled to thump one in there, but they are the only 2 free kicks of his entire career, albeit 12 minutes apart, and past Thibaut Courtois. There's Rice in more familiar territory. White trying to get forward, headed away by Nuno Mendes. Saka can't quite keep it in. Paris Saint-Germain will bring on the industrious Warren Zaïre-Emery in midfield for the closing moments. Neves will make way. But Arsenal at the moment, whether it's the absence of Havertz and 1 or 2 other players who might have figured tonight, just lack an X factor in attack, don't they?
Yep, you've seen it, really. You've seen where they've fallen short this season in the Premier League and games in Europe. A draw doesn't hurt you, or a tight game might not hurt you so much in such a long group stage and over 2 legs, but this has been the downfall.
Pretty much the same number of games, PSG have scored 29 goals more than Arsenal this season. 1 more tonight. Expecting 5 added minutes. Ethan Nwaneri is going to come on for those minutes. Raya going long again, trying to pick out Saka. Way by Nuno Mendes. Arsenal haven't lost a game here in UEFA competition since March of 2021. It's a 17-game run. Ødegaard it is who makes way for Nwaneri. Paris Saint-Germain set to claim the scalp, but it's not decisive, not with just a 1-goal lead.
No, I think you have the better of the tie, and certainly after that scare of the disallowed goal, have controlled this second half. Arsenal come away from this game saying we can play so much better than this. We've shown that we can play better. Whether PSG allow them in the second leg is another matter.
Saliba threaded forward to Saka. Marino trying to find a more cutting pass towards Martinelli, but Hakimi heads away. He's taking up position on the right-hand side. Saka's coming field more.
Players that feeling that they need something from Saka in these last few moments and getting central, getting towards the goal, but Nwaneri can do something special himself.
Here is Ethan Nwaneri. Frustrated that the ball's not going forward, but all the time in the backs of Arsenal minds that thought, and it's not a surrender, that 0-1 is not the end of the world. Just couldn't afford to walk into a trap here in the closing moments and concede another. We've seen Gonzalo Ramos rattle their crossbar just minutes ago. Mendes across. Vitinha couldn't control it. It's come for Trossard. This is Nwaneri, and now Martinelli. Well, it was Declan Rice who forced himself forward, physically made a challenge, won the ball, and almost created a goal there.
You know, something on the error. Fast that Martinelli. It's the wrong choice to take on the shot, but I think therein lies the problem for Arsenal. It's just not having that quality moment at the key time.
Some of the absent players wait anxiously on the touchline. Calafiori's not a long way away from a return, but next week might be too soon for him. The Italian defender is not actually a solution to too many of Arsenal's most pressing problems. Trossard. Goal creators, goal takers. Nwaneri. White. Marino. Nwaneri. Pass wasn't precise enough. Kvaratskhelia pounced. Strong play by Rice. Martinelli. Got Hakimi one-on-one momentarily, but now Fabian Ruiz is back there to help. It is a corner though. Well, we've picked up these Arsenal corners all night. Can they score from one?
This would be a bonus for Arsenal because they've huffed and puffed, and Rice has been the instigator of most of it in this second half, winning balls back and recovering and trying to create as much as he can. As he got one last throw of the dice.
This is Nicolas Jover, the set-piece coach. What's he concocted here? Declan Rice to take. Towards the head of Marino. And the referee has seen something he doesn't like. Donnarumma is down. And Paris Saint-Germain have a relieving free kick. Well, Nicolas Jover is being sent back to his kennel by the man in charge. You're not supposed to have more than one coach in the technical area. It was White who body checked Donnarumma, which is a familiar ploy. Well, they won in the Bernabeu 2 weeks ago. They're going to have to win in Parc de France. Advantage Paris Saint-Germain. First 20 minutes belonged to Luis Enrique's team. They threatened to run riot after Ousmane Dembélé had given them the lead. Arsenal edged their way into the game bit by bit. They thought they'd equalised early in the second half, but the goal from Marino was ruled out for offside. So it's Paris Saint-Germain who will take an advantage to Paris next Wednesday. 1-0 winners.
Thank you very much, guys. So, one goal in this game from Ousmane Dembele gives PSG the advantage, obviously. Still a whole leg, though, to be played. Admittedly, yes, that leg will be in Paris, back at home for PSG. But 90 minutes or more still to go, Thierry.
Yeah, still 90 minutes. One thing that we were saying off air with Jamie is that the plus is that it's not 2-0 for Paris Saint-Germain because they had some